In today's video, we will be doing some price analysis on Vechain and have a look at some key levels that we could invest. We do know we've had quite a significant dump over the course of the last 2 to 3 days, so definitely around some areas that we should be looking to target. We'll also do a bit of a price prediction and some take profit zones. So if you're interested in finding out more, smash that like button, make sure that you are subscribed, and let's crack on. So hello, welcome to Operation Crypto and welcome to this fresh update on Vechain. We will take a look at both the BTC and the USDT pairings. So if you're looking to stack sats, then we will check out the BTC pairings too. We'll just start off with a general bit of market sentiment and have a look how the market's doing before we do jump into some Vechain news. So this is the current uptrend that Bitcoin is on. Currently, a lot of people are flapping, thinking, right, oh, do I sell? I mean, is this the end of a alt run? Is this the end for BTC? When in reality, no. If you look at this on the way up, I mean, we did it with all-time highs at 20k, broke them, and then we have been creating new all-time highs. We hit 42k, we retraced 32%. We hit 58k, we retraced 26%, same again here. And then this latest move up to all-time highs at 65k. Currently, we have done a 21% retracement. In my opinion, I think that's about it now. Look at this trend line on the way up. We have tapped all the way up, and we have failed to close below here. Some people have said, "Voy, you can manipulate this trend line," but I've had this trend line in for a while. I had it trended from here to here, and I just keep extending it up. So on that course of action, I think it's looking quite good. We have failed to close below this trend, so I think things are looking good in general. Take a look at the Bitcoin market dominance. This is key because we are looking towards the alt season. We do know that alts are in some great growth at the minute. And so what we're just looking for is this to drop. I think this is a key level here. So this is 52% market dominance for Bitcoin. We did drop through the first major level at 62%. We hung around there for a while, dropped to 57%. That stood no test. And then 52% is the next major test. I think if you look back in time, we have failed to close below 52% since this date here, 8th of August 2018. So that's a long time. So if we do close a daily candle below this level, we are coming down to these areas here, which is mine and your retirement zone, because alts will be parabolic if we come into this area. This red line down here is the previous lows of alt season. So fingers crossed we can push down to those levels again. So in general, market is looking good. Do not worry about the dip, buy the dip. And one key point, just notice, I'm watching this. I'm waiting for this breakout on this Ethereum BTC. Still yet to see a major parabolic move on Ethereum. So once that does break out, we can look to target some highs that we've been to before. If you're looking at a chart here, we've still got 2 to 300% to make up on that Ethereum BTC pairing. Right, so let's have a talk about Vechain. Let's just have a look on CoinMarketCap and see what's going on currently. So Vechain, here we go. Currently, we are ranked number 13 out of all cryptocurrencies, being on a massive rise over the course of the last few months. Things are looking very good. Vechain is currently one of my largest assets I'm holding. So, we have had that drop over the last few days. Look at that, we're already 5% up today. It's made a good reaction. And to be honest, Vechain did not drop as much as some of the other assets. If you're looking at a volume has dropped a fair old chunk. We're currently getting $3 billion worth of volume per 24 hours. So that's still good. Market cap $15.5 million. And sorry, $15.5 billion, and volume is getting predominantly traded over on Binance against USDT. That's getting 26% of the entire market volume there. So stats looking quite good. I mean, we have dropped a little bit off in volume, but we was getting some major growth on that asset, and I think a lot of people were interested. So taking a look at the USDT pair, we'll drop through the weekly, daily, and into 4 hour time frame. If you're looking at this, the last 2 weekly candles have been astronomical. Things are looking very good. If you look at the RSI, it's currently up at 89, and to be honest, I'm happy for that to stay up there. Also marking up the all-time highs, we did hit 27.9 cent. What an absolute level. I managed to buy mine somewhere down here, so profit is just absolutely ridiculous, and I think profit taking might be coming quite soon. So weekly time frame in general is looking very bullish. EMA crossed down here back in November, so things are looking good there. Let's just get rid of my user 8 and my 30. Dropping into a daily time frame. It is, to be honest, looking like we may be running out of steam a little bit on the MACD. I mean, we have hit those highs. We had a bullish cross down here. The EMAs are quite far apart there, so potentially this might just tick to its side and carry on. But it is looking a little bit tired. I mean, you could see potentially that we are starting to drop down here. So just be wary about that. But it is always good opportunity for getting buy orders filled if we do get a bit of a drop. Looking at the RSI, that has been pretty much hanging around the overbought section for a while, but when we're looking at products that is done major parabolic growth and in price discovery, I would expect the price to stay up there. So dropping into a 4 hour, this is where we'll do predominantly most of the TA. RSI mid-ground. MACD is in a bearish phase, to be honest, so potentially we could break out of this bearish phase and start to push up soon. I mean, we've had a good reaction from that drop over the course of the last few days. Just looking at the moving averages at 8 and 30, I mean, the EMA's potentially coming down here for a cross, but hopefully we can negotiate that cross and start pushing up. So EMA is looking quite good. Let's get rid of him a second. So what I need to do is have a look at some potential levels that we could target. So for this, as ever, we'll use a Fibonacci retracement. This was the bottom of the move here, and that is the top of the move at the all-time highs. Looking at some of these wicks, we have pretty much done that 61% retracement and more. I mean, we have wicked down into this area. I mean, that was the major dump that we had on the 18th of April, down to 16.9 cent. And then this looks like the next key level, which is acting as support, the 618 level. And it's at 20 cents, so 20 cent is a natural level of psychological support. So if you're looking to buy, I think that could be a good potential area at 20 cent to buy. But let's just drop right down into this latest move here. So I'm going to have a look at that in the hourly time frame. Let's analyze this latest move. So if you're looking for buys and you're thinking, right, this is looking like it's going to bang, I mean, you can target these levels down here. So we have a 382 level at 23.3 cents. And we also have a 618 here, the golden ratio, which we do know happens quite a lot, is 22.7 cents. So if you're looking for buys, I think those levels could be definitely some good areas to target. And if the market does allow and the MACD carries on that bearish phase on the daily, you might fill some orders down at 20 cents. So overall, things are looking quite bullish. Dropping back to a 4 hour. So that is some potential buy zones there at 20 cent, 22 and 23 cent. In terms of targets though, we'll put the Fibonacci back onto this move here, from the bottom to the top. And we can have a look at the Fibonacci extension. So 31 cent is the next major level. I think 30 cent is going to be the first major level, to be honest. I think once we do break above the all-time highs, I think we will see a lot of sell orders at 30 cent. Imagine people buying it back at 1, 2, 3 cent. You're thinking, right, I've had some major money here, so 30 cent could be a good level. Then we can look at this 31 cent, 35 cent. And I'm going to give a bit of price prediction here. I think that we can target 50 cent over the course of the next few months. Looking at in terms of a price rise from current prices to there, 100%, not a massive amount. I know we're going to have to swing another $15 billion into the market, but we know what's happening with Dogecoin and SafeMoon and all these type of shit meme coins that are flying with absolutely zero use case, when Vechain has a solid use case. So if people start backing it, that's going to increase the price. And I do believe that 50 cent will happen over the course of the next few months. So that is the tether pair covered. Let's have a look at stacking some sats on the BTC pair. Then I've got 2 key levels marked up at 305 sats. I think that was a nice level to buy. And then that is the all-time high market there at. Well, it's not the all-time high market, sorry, that's a yearly high market. If we just look at that on the weekly first, have a bit of a zoom out. I think it is actually, yeah, that is the all-time highs up at 474 satoshis. I see we've got data back to July 18. I don't know, there might be some all-time highs. This chart doesn't quite have the all-time highs there, but we'll take that candle as the all-time highs for now. So let's get rid of that mark. Dropping into daily, I think things are looking good, and weekly looking very bullish. Again, potentially we could have a drop in momentum on the MACD, but it's too early to say, to be honest. So dropping into a 4 hour, let's have a look at some potential buys, what we could fill here. So we'll analyse this move here from the bottom to the top, and this will give us some key levels to buy in. So depends what BTC does. BTC is looking a little bit choppy, a bit range bound to me. So if that happens, the BTC pairs are going to fly. That's why you've not seen such a significant drop on the BTC pairs, because Bitcoin has not done very well. If it were opposite and BTC was doing well, you would expect the Satoshi pairs to die, but they've not. So looking at buy zones, I think this is a good level at 392 sats. I think 400 sats is going to be a natural level of support for Vechain. So we'll just mark that level at 400 Satoshis. I think that could be a nice level to buy. And if BTC does go on a run, you could have a look at that golden ratio at 342. In terms of targets though, we'll have to look at these 531 sats for take profit and 605 Satoshis too. And then let's put a wild target on here of 1,000 Satoshis. I think whatever comes first, 1,000 Satoshis or 50 cent, I will jump in some further price analysis. I'm on my 6 hour time frame there, never knew. Let's just drop to 4. Yeah, it's exactly the same setup. So yeah, whatever comes first, 1,000 Satoshis or 50 cent, whichever of those comes first, I'll do some further price analysis. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you do have any questions with regards to Vechain or any other projects you'd like me to cover, jump into my Telegram group, which is a Crypto Troops. That link's in the pinned comment in the description. Make sure that you do subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and I'll catch you next time.